Okay, if you've been considering microblading, permanent makeup, nano brows, powder brows, or really any type of cosmetic tattooing, but you're afraid because you've seen terrible looking brows, they're too dark, they're too harsh, poorly shaped, or just obviously tattooed, there's one thing I wish more people understood. Not all permanent makeup is the same. In fact, the results can vary wildly depending on the pigments being used, the tools being used, the technique, and like I always say, who's actually using that tool. Because I've seen beautiful work done with almost every technique, and I've seen terrible work done with almost every technique. One of the biggest misconceptions I see is that people think microblading is its own unique thing. The truth is that microblading is simply one artistic technique used to implant color under the skin. Nano brows are another technique. Powder brows, another. Ombre brows, another technique. At the end of the day, all of these things are forms of permanent makeup because tattooing is simply the art of implanting color under the skin. The technique is simply the method the artist uses to create that look. And that's where things start to get interesting. Because what most people are really looking for isn't a specific technique, they're looking for a result. They want beautiful natural brows. They want symmetry. They want definition. They want to wake up looking more polished. And they want to feel confident when they look in the mirror. That's why after 24 years in this industry, I've never been married to one specific technique. Every face is different. Every skin type is different. Every client's different. And so every set of brows should be customized to that person sitting in front of me. Another thing people often get wrong is the importance of the pigment. Pigments matter so much. The pigments I use are designed to heal soft and naturally diffuse. So even when I'm creating definition, shape, or fullness, the goal is never for your brows to look like a solid tattoo. The goal is for them to look soft, natural, like beautiful makeup, not harsh, not blocky, not obviously tattooed. One of my favorite things about permanent makeup is how customizable it is. When I'm creating brows, I'm literally designing them one hair stroke at a time. I also custom blend all my colors for every client. So I'm not just pulling a color off the shelf and hoping it works and looks great. I'm mixing pigments specifically for your skin tone, your coloring, your features, and the result you're trying to achieve. And before I ever begin the procedure, we spend time designing everything together. My process is always the same. First, we numb, and I carefully cleanse and prepare the skin. Next, I draw on the brows, and that's where the fun part starts because then we collaborate. We look at them together, we discuss the shape, we discuss fullness, color, we make adjustments, we refine, we keep working until we both know exactly what we're creating and we love it. Then I use that approved design as my guide. That means no surprises for either one of us. You know what to expect, and we're both working from the same blueprint. In fact, once we finalize design, I'll use it to create a stencil so we both know exactly what we're building before I ever begin. No surprises, no guessing. No wondering what your brows are going to look like after the fact. One of the reasons I love doing permanent makeup for so many years is that it's not just about brows. It's about confidence. It's about helping someone feel like the very best version of themselves. It's about restoring features that maybe have thinned or faded over time. It's about helping busy women wake up feeling put together before they ever apply a stitch of makeup. And even though we spend so much time designing the brows together, discussing shape, color, fullness, and making sure we're both completely on the same page before we begin, one of my favorite moments is still the reveal. I love handing someone the mirror when we're all finished. I love watching their face light up. I love hearing them say, "Oh my gosh, I love them." And I especially love seeing the confidence that comes with it. Because at that moment, it's never really about the brows. It's about how they feel. And being able to help someone feel more confident, more polished, and more like the best version of themselves is one of the most rewarding parts of what I do. And honestly, it's just fun. I absolutely love doing brows. I love doing eyeliner. I love doing lip blushing. But brows will always have kind of a special place in my heart because the transformation can be so dramatic and impactful while still looking so natural. When they're done correctly, people don't notice your brows. They notice you. They notice your eyes. They notice your smile. They notice you're confident. And after 24 years, that's still my goal every single time. Not to create brows that walk into the room first, but to create brows that help you feel like the very best version of yourself. And that's what I think most people get wrong about permanent makeup. If you have any questions about permanent makeup, microblading, nano brows, powder brows, or whether you're a good candidate, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help.